Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody. This is the third presentation in our second online conference at AIU. The theme of the conference today, December 18th, 2020, is
Yes.
Education in the 21st Century. So our next presenter will be Aliyu Mikail from Nigeria. And he is going to give a presentation on the use of technology, which obviously is a very important part of education in the 21st century.
Okay.
People are getting access to the internet, they need equipment, they need computers, they need telephones. He's going to talk about the use of technology for education and society.
Okay. Okay.
So, Miguel, I'm going to bring up your presentation.
Okay.
Just one second. Okay, beautiful looking presentation.
That is good, sir.
Okay, Aliyu Mikhail, go ahead and give a brief presentation or introduction of yourself. You're studying a bachelor's degree, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Civil engineering.
In engineering? What type of engineering?
Civil engineering.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to you. Go ahead and start your presentation.
Okay. Uh, First of all, my name is Aliyu Mikail. I am from Nigeria, Kano State. I am a Hausa man. That is why I dress like a Hausa boy. I put my cap, which when you look it, you will understand that I am a Hausa man. Okay, I'm going to present this my presentation on education on uh, use of technology. Technology is a worldwide known. All of us we do know that technology has made a lot of things. Even even by now we are using technology. Every one of us he is in front of technological purpose. So uh, I'm going to begin my presentation as I draw it. I summarize some of things because we don't have more time to go through all of the technology, and the technology we have so many parts of technology that we use. So that I think I choose few of technology, the useful things in technology. So I explain it short. Uh, First of all, let me begin my presentation. Uh, First of all, I draw my content which I start. I pick as I told you earlier. I pick the major thing that will benefit us as we already know it. Uh, I start with introduction of technology, which I remind you all what technology is, and then I began to the next topic, which is technology to pursue education. Every one of us here that are listening me, my colleagues and others, all are using technology to pursue their education. Some of them are going through bachelors, some are masters, some uh, go through it in that time. So technology, we use it to pursue education, as we all know. That is what we too are doing. The next thing is that it enables people to make an online purchase. Uh, we are aware that we can make purchase in everywhere with our comfort of home by using what? By using technological aspects. Uh, you can purchase everything you want from other countries or somewhere else. That is one of the most important of technological aspect in making purchase, online purchase. Uh, the next topic that I am going to discuss about is it can be used for recreational purposes. We all here uh, we use technology for recreational purposes like we use it to do some games. That all that can help. All that we are doing is under the technological aspects. We do it in computer system, we do it on our phone, and even some other materials that we do it like an exercise. There are so many machines that we use. Such machines are technological aspects. And the next topic that I'm going to discuss about is it to bring information to the doorsteps of people. We people all we know that even in this presentation, let me give this example. There is a place where we can comment and communicate from everywhere, and I am talking here somebody from US, somebody from uh, Colombia, some from anywhere else. They can hear me and understand what I'm saying, and they can talk me too. I can talk, and they can reply me back. Everything is what is under technological aspect. That is what the next topic is going to discuss about. We can share our information from the with our colleagues, and somebody from other countries can send their information of what is going in their countries. Like
Uh,
something is happening. If something
are you
is happening,
can can you hold the microphone in front of your mouth?
okay. Ah,
Perfect.
okay. Every some peoples
Ah,
from other
much. Thank you. Much better.
Okay, some people from other countries can can share a news, and we can benefit from those news they are sharing, and we too can share our news what is happening in our country. All these are the doorsteps, the information to the doorstep of people. The next topic that I'm going to discuss about is the increasing of productivity, and we all known aware that uh, it increases productivity, like in our company or in something like school or something where else. There is a thing that you are going to do, but with the aid of increasing productivity, if the thing will took you much time, so that increasing of productivity will enable you to do it in a second or in a few minutes. All these are kind of productivity, increasing productivity. And the next topic that I'm going to discuss about is it is now the world. What does this topic is going to talk about is there is a forum of chats that we have in so many parts of the world, something like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and many more. Uh, People can meet with their friends. They can meet with their friend and discuss of what is happening around everywhere, and do it can con- it can that kind of certain apps. You can meet with some people that you will not imagine to meet with them. So with the aid of that technological aspect, you can search person from the foreign country or from something that is not close to you, and meet with him, and you can discuss, and even you can meet more together. So you can know him with this aid of technology. So the next thing that I'm going to discuss about is the security panel. First, security personnel. Security personnel is something very good for us. If we don't have a security personnel, we are in struggle, because we do know that security personnel is It's a kind of things that will help us to be secure in case of war. So with the aid of security personnel such as CCTV, we can know what is happening around everywhere in the world. And with getting a new and information from some country, you can know that if you are targeting or something like that. This kind of technological aspect will help us for security personnel. And at the end of this topic, I am going to conclude my presentation. Okay, let me begin my presentation. In this step introduction, we do know that in this 21st century, if we when we talk about the use of technology, then we are referring to so many things, because technology includes things that we use at home, office, market, or any place for educational purposes. Technology help us to use so many things in our home, in our office, in a market, in any place for recreational purposes. All this, as like I said earlier, technology help us to do something in a minimum time. That is technology, and it help us to do something that is not possible. So it makes something that is impossible to be possible. That is all kind of technology. And the technology again help us to so many things that we use that we have to do manually. So if you can do a heavy things with the aid of technology or using such as this kind of robots or something like this, they can do the better thing that that a person can never do it. Uh, all these are kind of technology. And nowadays there are so many things that we used to do. Uh, 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 there are so many things that we have to do, without without technological aspect, those things will not be possible. Uh, like I said earlier, technology we can use technology to pursue education. When we talk about the use of technology, one of the most important things that come to mind is education. Education is the best thing for a person to be good and to be. Education is the most important thing that you can give to a person to be a well person. If a person have an education, if a person has an education, he is the one that can innovate some use of technology, and he will be different from animal. That is, technology help us to do such education in such a way that we did not imagine. So all as a use of technological aspect. Nowadays, many people, especially those who are working, tend to rely on online studies. Like a person just who are working, or just who are busy, like a married person who has a bachelor and masters, and he wanted to do his to continue his studies, and that is he wanted to do his PhD doctorate. So he has to use online studies for uh, for the flexibility and the easy for him. That online studies, that online study he is doing, he can share with his family, he can share with his jobs, he can even share with his market if he is a marketer. So nowadays, a person can seek education in his comfortable home. That is, that's this online studies we can use is that is the best thing and flexible for a person that wanted to continue his education and he is busy. That is, if you have a if you if you are
Aliyu, continue
yeah,
to talk into your microphone.
okay,
Yeah, hold your microphone up, just in front of your mouth.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. Yeah.
O-
Keep the microphone there when you talk.
Okay.
Thank
For
you, bud.
example, even like I said earlier, it is made possible by the people, it is made possible by the advent of technology. For example, we do know that such studies is possible through the use of computer with internet connection, whereby a person will receive videos that contain the lectures of various courses that such person is offering. Like I said earlier, like for example, like me, I am studying online and I'm studying in the bachelor's in civil engineering. And in this bachelor that I'm doing, I can access to online library. That is to find the books that is better for me to read to for my future career. And I can get a video conference. That video conference will explain the topics of the lecture that I have been downloaded. All these are to be done by the age of technological aspects. And nowadays, uh, it is flexibility and it is easy for teachers to teach an online studies. A teacher can draw his curricula of the lecture, and he find the books and he do his video compares at school or in his virtual home, so that when he upload it in an online portal, so a student can access these videos and the books. He can download them and watch them, or he can view them online. So all this, it can help a teachers to minimize their time and to do the better thing in his comfortable home, and at the time he have a chance he wants. That is, it minimize the time of the teachers and the students too. The next thing in online studies is that it will it will helps in the it helps in the it helps some people that are not studying online, that there is an optional courses that some student can get it. If you are not studying uh, to get certificate, you can browse some books from some website, or you can browse that is uh, you can browse some course some topics that some student can draw, like what do you call it, a blog. We have a blog spots, something that you can create it in your home, which is when you have to create your website that you are posting your videos and the other courses or chapters that you wanted to aware people's, or knowledgeable aspect that can aware people's, or something that is good for some peoples to learn much more in education. All these are possible with the aid of technological aspects. You have to create your website and post your notes, and a person from his comfortable home can browse such notes and he can learn from it. Even if it is not the field of his study, he can learn with it. All these are part of educational aspect that technology can give us. The next thing that we are going to discuss is uh, is online parties. Online parties is the best. Is it aids. it is the business peoples to earn money and to to help it with it helps the businessmen to earn money. When they invent their goods, they can go and upload that they are selling something like in Amazon. If you have a goods you wanted to sell it, you can share it. Everybody can see it in a website. And if you wanted to purchase it, already you have stated the amount of it. So if a person wanted to purchase it, he is only has to what all he has to do is to purchase it. uh, this purchase, it is going to be done with in account. If you have an account, if you have an ATM, you can purchase money with your credit card, with your debit card, I mean. And some people's so even the businessman, he is better for selling his goods on internet. Like I said earlier, if he if he send his good, every person can see it. And if he wanted to purchase it, he is the best thing that he has to do is to purchase it directly. And the next thing that we are going to discuss about in all is that in all apart from purchase, you have to see what you are going to purchase. You have to see what is the best thing for you to purchase. And if you wanted to purchase it, the best thing that you have to do is to pay through PayPal or your uh, debit card. The next thing that we are going to discuss about is for recreational purposes. Online studies help us for recreational purposes. Apart from this, uh, of making apart from this, online purchase, another big revolution that comes to mind is that we can make we can do some recreational purposes uh, for 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 to refresh our minds, or to uh, something good for us if we wanted to relax, or we wanted to do some. So these are some of the some of the these all these are part of technological aspects. Apart from the ease of making purchase online, another big revolution brought about by technology, or another influence of technology, is the fact that nowadays people rely on online technological devices for recreational purpose in order to pass their time. For example, many people play games, watch cartoons, or even exercise. We have in our phones we can do a games, and we can watch films, we can watch cartoons, and even exercise like games. We can do it like Kony Cyclone, which is located in Iceland. All these are technological aspects, but we use it for our recreational purposes. That is, all these are kind of technological aspect. It helps us for recreational purposes. The next thing that we are going to discuss about is uh, it brings information to the doorsteps of people. People nowadays tend to rely on online technological devices in order to get information, or in order to receive news uh, of the happenings around the world. Uh, what this means is that uh, uh, for example, it is common to see people tuning into various TV stations or radio stations in order to know what is going on around the world. We can you can browse news in your comfortable home. You can know what is happening around the world in your country. If you are in your country, you can browse news. You can know what is happening everywhere in the world. by using what technological aspects. Uh, these are like phone, or by using watching news, or by browsing news, or something like that. Uh, all these are part of technological aspect. It is for getting information from everywhere around the world. And the as before the come of this before the coming of this all technological aspect, we don't know how to get information of what is happening in some countries. We don't have aware that we can get information of what is happening in foreign countries, or in something somewhere not in your country, or something in your place not in your place. So because of the use of this technology, you can get to know what is happening everywhere in the world. All these are kinds of technological aspects. And as we have radio and television back, so we have to always rely on radio of the news that is sharing from channels and the various stations in the world, like BBC, or like BBC, uh, NBC, and so on and so forth. So you have to get to know what is happening around everywhere in the world. But with few click in your phone, you have to browse. You have to browse some news that is you have to browse some news which it in a minute, in a short period of time. You have to browse what is happening around the world. And if you want.
Aliyu, there's a question. When you access information around the world, how can you use that in education?
Okay, for if you wanted to access information in the world, you have to use your own education for typing to access what you wanted to get. Like if in other country have an information that they are going to aware some peoples. So all you have to do is to get to browse, or to know how to you have to search by searching, or by channeling into some channels to know what is happening around the world. That is uh, that is all for information.
Would, uh, is the internet free in Nigeria?
Yes, there is an internet connection. You have to do is to.
Is it free? Do you have to pay money to have internet?
No, you have to buy it by yourself. You have to do subscription with there is a SIM company that are selling SIM, and that selling money. If you want a credit, that is airtime, you wanted to call somebody from somewhere, you have to buy that recharge card. That recharge card will help you to contact what you wanted to contact, and it is
Do 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 the schools there have internet so that the students can use like the internet for the school for free?
no, there is no any kind of in a company, like if you are staff in a company, you can access the Wi-Fi, which you have to use free as you are a staff. But you can't to access such Wi-Fis if you are not staff of the company, because they locate it with password. Only the staff they can access such network connection. So if you wanted to make your connection, you have to buy your router, your Wi-Fi network, or you have to do sub, or you have to buy a data in your phone, which you have to use to browse, or to do something better for you, like online studies.
There's a one comment in the chat that says in Nigeria, internet is not free and only private organizations may give free internet. What does that mean, private organizations?
Yes, yes. Only organization can have such free network. and like in a school have such free Wi-Fi. If you are in a campus of their school, you have to use the Wi-Fi's. As you are a student, they have to give you a Wi-Fi. I have ever go to some universities. Their student used to give me their password so that I can use to browse what I wanted to browse. That is all for kind of information. That is all for
Is would a school be considered a private organization that could give free internet?
uh, what I understand is that the network that they are using is that they are buying it by themselves. They are not getting it free. Like I said earlier, it is company which is giving such kind of network connection. We have such kind of network that as MTN, Airtel, Glo, etc. Such company of SIMs, they have to make a SIM card, which you have to use it to buy data, to recharge card, or to call somebody you want. And such company having to sell their data to those companies. So those organizations have to buy this data and share it to their student available so that they can use it as their staffs or they are part of the organization.
Thank
That
you.
is all. Okay. Okay. The next thing that we are going to discuss about is uh, the next thing that we are going to discuss about is technology. It narrows the world. Uh, like I said earlier in your content, it narrows the world. The advance in technology has helped in narrowing the world because at the moment, people from different parts of the world find it easier to communicate and form a kind of close relationship. This means that if you are in a comfortable home, you can do if you have an account in Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp, you have to get to with your friends. You can chat and you can you can chat with him and you can share information and get information and all those it we use this for getting information for improving our knowledge and your friend can share you a good new some topic that benefits you in your future career or in your studies and a person can get a friend from some others country like what is happening back uh, uh, technology helps some people's in a good relationship like a man from his comfortable home can get can get a woman from other countries and beginning starting discussing about getting to know her character, uh, her her culture, and if he wanted to marry her, he has to connect and prepare for for their marriage. That is the best important. That is the one of the important things for such a kind of narrowing the world. It helps us to meet with some people that we did not imagine to meet with them. Like if you are living in Nigeria, you can meet with a person from some countries like from China, from US, from somebody else, and meet with no.
Aliyu, put the microphone in front of your mouth. There.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
much better.
Okay. In this kind of relationship, you have to meet with your friend in a WhatsApp, Facebook, or Twitter, Instagram, and to know his culture to know what is happening in this country by sharing his information or what is happening in his country. And all these are parts of technological aspect. It helps us to meet with some people that we did not imagine to meet with them. Uh, that is all for narrowing the world. That is part of the narrowing the world. The next topic that we are going to uh, discuss about is its health and security personnel. Uh, we do know that without security we can't do life better because we don't know what is facing us. With just head of security personnel, you can uh, you have to know what is happening around the world. Those kind of security that we are using in technological aspect like CCTV, it help us to protect our home. Which when we add it, we will know what is going to happen. If like a criminals are going to do their crimes, the CCTV will capture them and it will give you the the image of what is happening around. And with this kind of giving information, you have to catch such people that are going to about that are going to make those kind of crimes and to arrest them. All these are part of technological aspects. And apart from security, we are using so many things to protect our country, like getting some such as materials that we are using for punishing the crimes if they are attacking us, or something like that we keep in our home for those criminals. If they see such kind of materials, they will stop, or uh, they will uh, they will dis they will discommit the crimes. All these tools are kind of technological aspect. Such things are like gun, like uh, uh, so many kinds of of war and the others. And the next topics that we are going to discuss about is that is all for this that is all for security personnel that I have been captured. And there are many things. We use this technology in our hospitals, like in hospital. When you go to hospital, a doctors can have to use such medical devices to know what is happening with you. If you are sick, you go to the doctor. He can use such materials to scan your body to know what is happening with you and what kind of medicated thing he is going to give you so that to get well. All these are kind of technology. And in addition, there are so many kind of technological aspect, like we use so many kind of technological aspect in our farm. We use technology in our farm for cropping. And we use technology. We use such a kind of technology for doing so many heavy things, and it minimize our time. And this kind of technology help us to do the best thing at the right time. I think all are part of all are part of technological aspects. And the last thing that we are going that is all for technological aspect that have been captured. There are many part of technological aspect, but that is few things that have been captured for technological aspect. uh, uh, in conclusion, uh, I'm going to conclude this topic with the following five categories. These are: to understand that technology is a body of knowledge devoted to creating tools, processing action, and the extraction of materials. Technology, we use so many technological aspects to make additional technological aspects. Like we have some machines that we are using to make some machines. With the help of such machines, we can make the others machines. Like we use some robots, like robots. We use it to do some heavy things, that is material things, which a person cannot do it. And with the help of that robots, we can make such things possible, and we can make such things better. And technology is also products and process used to simplify our daily lives. Technology help us to simplify our lives. Like I said earlier, the things that we are going to do in an hour. So if we have such technological aspect like robot and the things, they can do it in a simple way and they can do it in a short period of time, which technology is in for our daily lives. And the next thing is that we learn how technology extend our life, our abilities, and we know how it make people the most crucial part of any technological system. And the technology is an important thing. It helps us in our day-to-day lives. And the technology in addition uh, technology uh, is also our brothers, or like I said, our sisters. In everything that we do in our lives, mostly we use technology. We use technology in our day-to-day lives. Like I said earlier, we use it for recreational purposes. We use it for, so technology is our friend, it's our tight friend. Always, all what we have to do is in a day is 90% of the things that you have to do is you have to use such technological aspect. If you want to travel, you have to use the box or the car or bicycles or motorcycles to go to where you want it to go. And all these are kind of technological aspects. And we use technology in our earning, our education. Like we use it for, in addition, it will help us to get to know what is happening around the world. All these are kind of technology, and the technology help us to achieve our goals in such a way that we want to achieve. And technology also is a good thing that is a thing that we cannot imagine. Always technology is continued. Technology is now okay, to shikenan. Uh, all these are kind of technology. Uh, that is all for my topics.
That was a wonderful presentation, you, Mikail. And I can see, I mean, I look at you and it looks like you're in your house, but you have a computer hooked up to the internet.
Yes,
It doesn't look like you have lights on in the house, but you have the internet hooked on. To me, that's a remarkable image to see your development expressing through technology, because I don't see much technology around you, but you have that internet access.
yes, yes. As like I said, is that I am using laptop, and the screen of the laptop, it helps me. It helps the attendees to watch me. towards me, and this earpiece that I'm using all are part of technology. And it tells me for okay zan abin nan ɗinsa muna wata wabina amma zan yi wa magana. Okay, to shi kenan. Okay. Technology help us to do so many things. Even what we are doing here is without this kind of technology, we can't do such things. And we here we don't have such kind of technology. We don't have such kind of technology well. So that is why we don't have to use the technology the way we want. We only use it the way we have.
And so what we're just having this conference and you presenting through the conference, this is using technology for education because this is opening up a world for you. Have you ever given a webinar online on the internet before?
Yes,
You
yes,
have?
yes. I have, but I don't have. As a result of here, I here like I am sitting. I don't have that much light, because of not because of the availability lack of availability of uh, of electrical power, lack of availability of electronic. That is why I here where I am sitting, I am using the light of the screen of my computer for getting to read what I wanted to say, or I am going to express.
Now, do you live in the city, in the town, or do you live in the country on a farm?
Yes, I'm living in a town. I'm living in a Kano state. It is not.
And how do you connect to the internet? Do you have a router or a modem in your house, or is it through some tower nearby?
No, I am using a YP hotspot. I'm using to connect. I'm using laptop, so I have to connect my phone with internet connection. I use the SIM in my phone. I use data and you open the data of my phone, and you open the hotspot YP of my phone. Then connect it with my computer. I'm not using modem, but I have a modem.
What percentage of students in your community have access to the internet?
Uh, the percent of the not everybody in my country have such materials for technological aspect, and some people have more than that. Like I'm saying is some people have such
Bring the microphone up to your mouth.
okay.
We need to hear
uh,
you better. There.
Okay, okay. We here in my country, some people have more than that, and some not more than that, or some have few of it, and that is some riches better than me have such kind of materials, availability of network connection, and they has to use it in their homes. They don't you can see a student always everywhere he go, he have access with Wi-Fi hotspot, as he is a rich. But if you can't to pay for that access of network, you can't to access it. You have to use what you have.
I'm looking to see if there's a question here. What do you think needs to be done to ensure equal opportunity so that society can benefit from technology?
Okay. Me, I am studying civil engineering. I wanted. I have a goals. I have a dream that I want to be a civil engineer. To be consulting like I seen so many engineers doing. But I like technological aspects. But I wanted to I always, when I see a topic a course that is studying such a kind of technological aspect, I have to access it. I am trying to link it with it so that I can benefit and trying to do much more to to be creativity to be creative, and with enough knowledge that I acquire, I can make a lot of technological aspects. Uh, all these are all these are kind of so many few things of my dreams.
Bring your microphone up again. Bring your microphone
Okay,
up.
okay.
Now, I noticed you mentioned recreational use of the internet, and that's good, to play games that stimulates the mind. But what percentage do you think people use recreational or educational use of the internet?
If I understand your question, you are talking about what education or what technology has helped me. Are you talking about
Well,
that?
do you think people are using the internet more for games and recreation or more for education?
Yes. Many people uses technology for the recreational, and only few people are using technology for education and for their future's career, and some are using technology only for fun.
And so you think there's a big opportunity being lost there because people should be using it more for education?
Uh, you say
Yeah, that people are losing an opportunity to use the internet for education?
yes, they are using opportunity for using internet what is happening one day you can not access that network connection will not allow you to access what you wanted to access, and all that as a problem of network. So if you can't access all such kind of network connection, so you don't have to 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 you don't have to do what you wanted to do because of the lack of this kind of most technological aspect.
And now I have a comment here from Jean Mushala. In Zambia, there's the opposite. They use technology for education more than games because it is expensive to buy data. What do you think of
Yeah,
that?
yes, it is expensive to use data. If you wanted to do a game or to play some games or to do recreational purposes, it is more easier for you, and it will not cost you anything. After you buy your phone, when you wanted to do a game, when you download your game, install it, and you no need to do more connection. You have to do your games and without internet connection. And always when you are trying to access the network, the internet, or the all this kind of network connection, all you have to do is to put that data, and that data is so expensive to access it. That is uh, that is why people are always doing such kind of games better than to use data for browsing.
Yeah, it's interesting. If it costs a lot of money to use it, you have to use it really efficiently. So it's like people would use the internet for education to do research for their assignments and their courses.
Mm, okay.
Do you do you do you have books? How common are books in Nigeria?
Yes, we have so many books in Nigeria. You can There is a library, a state library, that the government of our state makes such libraries. They are adding such kind of books. If a student wanted to access it, it is free in a state library, and every university has its library. So you have to go to such library if you are searching for a book, want to read it, and the such libraries it is for own. You have to owe it. You have to borrow such kind of books, and after you finish taking it, then you go back and add those kind of books. For so many people, if they wanted to use such kind of books. And if you wanted to get your own books, you have to go to market to access this kind of book. And we are getting so many kinds of book from some others country for shipping, for businessmen. They are buying it and selling it in a market. You have to go and purchase your books.
Have
Everything
you
is
received have you
everything.
received have you obtained books from AIU for civil engineering?
Yes, I have obtained much soft copy books. I have it. I have a lot of books in AIU library, like Introduction to Civil Engineering, which was created by Samuel Levy. He is an American, and he published his book in American. I think it is America or Canada. This kind of textbook I get is at least more than five. I get
Yes.
such Yes, I get such books to help me to acquire much more in my knowledge.
Yeah, I have access to textbooks for free on the internet. So whenever a student needs a textbook, I can give them the link and they can download textbooks for free anywhere in the
Yes,
world.
yes, there is a website of free books. Which my brother, which my friend has ever told me that he knows some libraries that he can download some books free, and so many books he can't download it free because you have to buy it in Amazon. Such kind of books, before you download it, you have to buy it.
I'm going to put in chat a link to an online library with lots and lots of books for free.
No, a lot of books that I want to. Those books that are selling is the best books that for students to get. Uh, like uh, like there is a book which I'm trying to use when I'm doing my first one in this studying in AIU, which is fractal time. As a fractal time, uh, AIU has no such kind of books.
In that
You have
case, you go to YouTube and there's lots of interviews of the author of Fractal Time, and you can use the videos for your course material to prepare your assignment. You don't need the book.
Yes, yes, I need such kind of books, and I'm assessing this kind of videos to 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 know what I wanted to know, to get such kind of books again.
Yeah, in chat, I'm going to give a link to videos on Fractal Time because you don't need to buy the book. You can just watch
Yes,
the videos.
yes, I use these videos to do my first one. Uh,
Here, I'm going to give a link to a video on Fractal Time. There, can you see that? Can
yes,
can you
yes,
see that in chat? So like
yes, I,
right here, I can give a link to a video and a student can click on that link and get access to the material instantly.
yes,
And this is a good use of technology for education is providing links. You click on the link, you have the information, you have the book or the video instantly.
Yes, yes, there is such links that we have assessed it, and even that introduction to civil engineering in Amazon, it is so expensive. You have to purchase it in Amazon, but in AIU's library, it is free. It is free
I in
for.
I know in some countries they don't have access to YouTube. Like YouTube is blocked in some countries. Do you have any um, do you have anything on the internet that is blocked in Nigeria?
No, no, I don't. We don't have such kind of blocked internet, blocked network site. We have access with YouTube channel. Uh, at all the time, you have to access YouTube channel, and you can create your channel too in a YouTube, and it is free. It is free to have a account in YouTube channel. We in
Do you
Nigeria,
have do you have a channel in YouTube?
no, I don't have a channel, but my friends have ever opened a channel. He is uploading his videos. So me too, I know how to create such kind of channels, but I don't have this kind of channels. But I wanted to create it in future for educational purpose. For some students, they wanted to acquire knowledge for some books or for some many things.
Yeah, the internet has a lot of information, a lot of access to information. Mukudu says here Google Classrooms also does help.
Uh,
Well,
your
Google Classrooms, I've never seen Google Classrooms.
Google Classroom.
Have
No,
you worked with Google Classrooms?
yes, I want to
Yes.
such kind. But I know the site of Google Translator. Google Translator, you have to access such kind of Google Translator
Mm.
to copy your
I get a question here from Patrick. Can you kindly send us the link to the YouTube?
okay.
Um, yeah, which link? The link to the Fractal Time videos? I have
Yes.
links. I have YouTube links to many different videos. If you want to learn how to do citations and references, different books, you can actually study for your courses using YouTube videos. You don't actually need a book because there's so much good information on YouTube. You don't actually need a book. Like for example, if you want to study cost accounting, there's there are videos that have like 16 courses going through everything from a book in cost accounting. You don't even need the book. It's all free on YouTube. The whole course, the whole book is free on YouTube. And you just have to learn how to search the information.
In,
You just have to learn how to search the
okay.
information. You, do you have to go? You have to leave?
Uh, I have to go to it. No, you can continue, sir.
Well, I think we have reached the limit. So we're going to end your presentation now. Thank you so much. You did a wonderful job.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And
Bye bye.
stay online and you can answer questions to the other participants.
Okay, okay.
So, so this has been Aliyu, Adam, Mikail, talking about the use of technology in society and in education. And thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm going to stop the recording now.
Okay, thank you.